With the season on the line, the Edmonton Oilers came up with their best performance, bar none, of these playoffs. They doubled down on the amount of goals that they had scored in the entire series, chasing Sergei Bobrovsky after 5 goals and ultimately extending things, sending it back to Sunrise, Florida, where we find ourselves now for a do-or-die Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Oilers still pushing to do what no other team in NHL history has done, and that is come back from a 3-0 deficit on the biggest stage. Let's see if they can take another step in that direction here. We'll get you a quick pre-game meal ahead of Game 5. So the two biggest questions to me after that victory are, what did you learn about yourselves, and what can you bring forward? I think we were reminded just how prolific this offense can be, but maybe more importantly than anything else, seeing the depth scoring truly emerge and help be a catalyst for that offense. That's something that's going to be crucial moving forward here if this series indeed does move forward. And that is a huge credit to both Matthias Janmark and Connor Brown. That shorthanded goal to get things going, it really set the table, obviously, in that Game 4, but even beyond that, I mean, multi-point games for them, for Adam Henrique to step up the way that he did. This is the kind of wholesale team effort it's going to take to win games in the Stanley Cup Final, and particularly against a Florida side that's been there before and is now trying to drive the dagger in on home ice. And if you thought you were going to shake Sergei Bobrovsky's confidence with that victory, I'm pretty certain you can guess again. The man is 4-1 in these playoffs, coming off a loss, a .913 save percentage, and that team stat, the goals against average, down below 2 per game. So Edmonton will be in tough. But of course, this is a game where I'm looking and saying, well, you're out on the road. Scrap out an ugly road victory. Why not try and win this one 2-1 or 3-2 in a setting where you know you're going to be able to just chip it in and play simple hockey. It's going to be a requirement, I would suggest, in order to get past a Panthers team who, for a second game in a row, was trying to raise Lord Stanley over their head. Now, having said that, Edmonton doesn't typically just win one game after dropping 3 in a row under Chris Knoblauch. They've proven all season that they can go on a bit of a run. They're taking things one game at a time, and that's all you can hope to do, and that's the mature approach and everything like that. Now, you are on the road, so you lose the benefit of last change, and that means that Chris Knoblauch is going to have to work a little bit harder to get his top guys, and McDavid and Draisaitl, away from the matchup against Sasha Barkov, their top defensive centerman on the other side of things. It's been done before, obviously, but easier said than done on home ice when you do have last sort of advantage. But to me, when you've got the depth performing the way that it did there in that Game 4, that mitigates a lot of the top guys. That can be a saw-off. Why not? If you've got the likes of Broberg or Holloway or Janmark or Brown or Henrique all producing, then your stars can be locked down, and it doesn't mean that you're going to lose that hockey game. As far as the lines go, it was confirmed by Chris Knoblauch. We will have to wait until game time, surprise, surprise, to find out exactly whether or not there will be any changes. I suspect we will not see any changes. That's a guess on my part, based on the fact that Knoblauch rarely makes a lineup change after a win. And boy, what a win it was there in Game 4. And now, again, taking it one game at a time. You can't eat the whole meal at once. Just maybe the pregame meal, because it's a little smaller and digestible. But you can certainly take a big bite out of the Panthers in their home territory tonight. It's another 6 o'clock puck drop on 6:30, Ched, and we've got a whole slate of pregame coverage that starts with Oilers Now at 2. Looking forward to it, and I know you are as well.